In this video, I'm going to show you how to add conditional logic to your upload page, step by step. So let's get started with option 1, adding conditional logic to the page you want to show or hide. In this example, I've already created a mortgage application form that runs over 3 pages. However, some of the questions are only relevant to people who are employed, such as employer name. What I need to do is show anyone who is self-employed only pages that are relevant to them. I'm going to add a question to my first page asking about employment status. For this, I'm going to use the drop-down field. I'm going to use advanced settings to specify the options, employed and self-employed. I'm going to make this question required. I'm only going to show page 2 to people who are employed. So let's make this work. I'm going to go to page settings on page 2, which is just here, and I'm going to choose to skip this page if all of the following rules match. So I'm going to choose your employment status if it contains the words self-employed, and save. Let's go to view your page. Now here's the first page of our mortgage application. I'll choose employed as my employment status and continue, and we get to page 2 as planned. Now if I go back and change my employment status to self-employed, we get to page 3. Now let's look at option 2, adding conditional logic to individual questions. Let's use the same example, the mortgage application. On the first page, I've added a drop-down to ask if the property will be your primary residence. If the property is a secondary residence, I'd like to know the address of the client's primary residence. Now I'm going to create the question I will show or hide depending on the previous answer. So I'm going to ask, what is the address of your primary residence? So I'll go to conditional logic. I only want to show this question to people who answer that this is their secondary residence. And save. Now let's view our page. Will this be your primary residence? No, it will be my secondary residence. And there you are. What is the address of your primary residence? Let's try this again. Will this be your primary residence? Yes, it will be my primary residence, and there's no follow-up question. So that's how you can add conditional logic to individual pages and also to individual questions.